Hi and welcome. Glad you dropped by. My name is Elizabeth. This week, I've got an interesting one. Last year was my first spring here, and I wandered around, early in the year and looked at all the different things that were growing. I didn't know a lot about what was here, so I downloaded an app called PlantNet to help me identify some of the things that were growing. Mostly because there was this interesting plant that was along the side of the property that it was kind of pretty. And I was curious as to what it was. Well, I'm really glad that I downloaded that app, and I'm really glad that I checked it out because it was poison ivy. So I feel very fortunate that I didn't try and just rip it out of the grass. But on my travels, I identified a tree that is related to apples in some way but has no fruit or blossoms on it. I've got a hydrangea, a plum cherry, and I found some blackberries. So this week it is all about trying to see if I can get some blackberries this year. So let's see how I got on. The fence back there is my property line. And sort of where the grass gets taller is where my blackberry patch is. So it's along the back of the property. These are blackberries. It starts about here and it goes quite a fair amount of ways along there, but it's a lot more sparse further along. This is the main part of the patch, and it goes fairly far back, and this grass gets really, really tall. So last year there was lots and lots of blooms, but the fruit just didn't form, and I figure there's just too much competition with all the grass. So I am going to clear out as much of that grass as I can, and then I'm going to do something that I absolutely hate, and I'm going to put down some landscape fabric and see if I can kill as much of the grass as possible to give it a bit of a fighting chance to survive and fruit. I've done some clearing, and of course this stuff is deadly, right? It latches onto you as soon as you get close to it, but I think it'll be worth it. It's a start. This is not easy since these blackberries bite and scratch. Uh, okay, this is what I got. Maybe 50 canes. It's about as much as I can do. It's pretty dense in here. I think what I really need to do is next spring, when they're still dormant, dig them up and clear the area completely and then put them back. This is well, my hands are a mess from doing it. I'm out of the staples to put in the ground. I've used a lot of the rocks that I found, and I still don't have enough. So I think this is as far as I'm going to get, and hopefully I will get some blackberries. This is about 2 weeks after I put the landscape fabric down, and I've added more staples because this grass is pretty tenacious, and any little bit of light through and it's growing. What's interesting is here where I put down the pine shavings, the really thick grass, this grass here, it's not coming through as much, and that might be the route that I need to take, is to put down a lot of mulch. But we'll see what happens. I'll give it about a month. A lot of the canes have nice buds on them. I'm looking forward to the blackberries. You can see in a couple places where just the slightest bit of gaps and the grass is coming through. So we'll see how it does. As with everything I'm doing, it's an experiment. It looks like the landscape fabric is going to work, although I really wish I didn't have to use it. I think, we've got enough problems with plastic in the ground without deliberately adding it. But at the time I put it down, I didn't think I had many other options. But the pine shavings that I put down at one end looks like it's going to work. So I think I'll take the landscape fabric up in about a month. One thing I noticed, when I was sort of filming my last shot, I noticed that where the landscape fabric was and the mulch, there were bigger buds and in some cases leaves on the canes, whereas where there wasn't any, the buds were much smaller and very, very few leaves that come out on the canes. I'm holding out hope that I will get some well-formed blackberries this year. I'm actually really looking forward to it because I really, really enjoyed blackberries. That's it for this video. I am really glad you dropped by. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.